How do you say, which one is this one in Farsi?
Sure. Which one is this one?
Kefing. No, sorry. I think the time where I started noticing my difference was when I went to UCT and Cape Town.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it when the Pakistanis started coming.
Which one is this one?
I'm saying, like, growing up in the, like, with that whole tradition behind of you in my...
Which one is this one?
Pops.
No, which
Pops.
Goodbye, okay.
Give him a chance.
behind of you? So now I was the boss of us.
Of course.
And then
He was the boss.
Then there was Gerard was the boss
Of
the other side.
Of the Abebia. That's other side in Afrikaans.
Which one is this one?
Robo Pops, I'll be my cheese girl and my cheese boy there. We motivate, then we laugh as well. Stay on brand, never hard to sell. Got real chats, now my LOL. So we both got gang and we blessed as hell. Siyadlala story. Petting on my guest, and nice and moy. You and my bundles, not of joy. Said it's in Pop Pops and Robot Boy. Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Which one is this one? Popcorn and cheese. Call you all like friends like these. Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Call you all like friends like these.
Yo, we at it like we never left. It's your boy Jubilant, the guy who keeps it pleasant, all things nice and seasoning. If you don't know me, where you been? Uyazi ukuthi silana we are spender 99. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're cleaning up this country one bank account at a time, one statement at a time, one invoice at a time. Yegelana spend imali man. It makes people around you feel sad, man. You want to beg about no man. Out yamngati yamosha ngithola. Yamosha le out. Upule ifro yakhe isibhalele sitshela ukuthi upule akayidli imali uyidla. Hooray!
So when I met him, he was a nice guy. He was just working as security somewhere that places and naneke panda hiradi acha obo lidi kremere for lifu. And then we had a few kids, 3 or 4 maybe. And then, but he used to play the lotto every day, just, every time we have money maybe, instead of take the kids out, let's play lotto, just to see what can happen. So my husband, it won the lottery. He did play that numbers until, I don't know what, and then he won.
Sisters, you wrote me a letter. I
wrote because of I'm worried. Every night there's no sleeps. Every day it's just spend money. Wake up and spend. He said that chelete it's like a buffet. Why it's a buffet? How fitla baofa plate bare choose my kettle almost go. Everything no main. That is what it is.
Sisters, Yazin, I'm concerned. More than anything, I'm heartbroken. Jubilant never, I read your letter, it spoke to me.
At that moment, it was that moment where you're excited, you're happy about that, you understand. And then it came to that point where by now, we don't have a way forward. We don't know how that money is gonna go and stuff. So now I wrote that letter with the meaning of that you must help him. Help him. We don't have money, we have it, but we don't know when it's gonna finish. You understand?
Yeah.
In a chelete, it's something that it does finish. Wahora.
Hey, spend. So I thought, let me get my boy Pule here, speak to him, find out Guti. When's Agalan? Pule.
Sure, me bra.
Stini la potiami.
No, it's a wonderful day.
Eish, Pule, mamela Pule, we got a concerning letter, Pule.
Yeah.
Ifro iti yo man, nanglo muntu, agaspendi, agaswipe, agatabangi, uya swiper. Pule, what's going on, dog? Talk to me. Talk to Jubilee.
Morena, Jubi, not like na gaspend. So with great power comes great responsibility. And nagir, with great money comes great spendability.
Libitso la ka ke Josiah Jethro Clement Mazibuko. Nna le Pule re tsa hole hampe ne re kena sub A really two ke re di crayon mizwinki tsatsi le ne le re tropong re lo reka ntho furniture a re ke batla di room divider kaofela mfo ke re kaofela di room divider so ponyo o dinkile kaofela ka re Pule mare o dula for room di room divider tse 75 o di sa kae o tloetsang ang sheba are Josiah Wandel ha ke la ka thola he
ya o ke jape ba fethu wa bo ya gore pule ke braga o tla khalela khala wa bo gore na le pulo re be di chomi wa bo na feletse standard 9 ke mo tshwere mo teng go standard 9 go siwa bo le ke ntse so ke fela pelo re ke tsamaneng iso ke a mo itse bjano ya ana yena ke braya ga wa spenda pule ne sure
asimathata ka na mona ke rata o spenda ke spendela mo ke spendela mo le bana batho mona chelete nya ka motho o kgone e tshwara wa bona ene bana nna kgone e tshwara wa bona ke na le matla chelete wa bona ene bana ka re e tshwere ke nna ke spend ene le bona ke ba spendela problem ke eng kwa
le nyu bunya ke phele
awa chelete ya o fela that means ina le bottom na ka bottomless chelete ka ke buffet elo mo ka se ba kwa ka nna mono e bona seta se 7,000 yeah underpen aka wa etsa I repeat underpen every day can so
let me keep it real let me keep it 100 Prapule did you honestly buy a hyena
Rex yeah Rex for safety
I don't know what Rex it means, what Rex is gonna do. One day Rex is gonna eat a child, and you understand. We won't know how to go back.
Ever since ke reka Rex, ne, wa luma sure. Mara awusana crime. Strata ka muka. Kina ki alleviate crime ya mukasi. Strata ke se ka muka ona crime. Le ka mo next door ba sa utswa. Aba instead of batla go nna ba re thank you. Bampileja di animal what but last week ya ba lo Rex yeah
guys hey nyazibonela ukuthi we still have a long way to go with this one you know what I mean I don't know you tell me let us know in the comments has Pula gone too far can we get him back hey lo muntu yaspenda 99 gents we'll be back after this it's your boy Jubilant Wama Spice everything nice 20
sound rolling action
Ooh, Jay-Z.
Thank you, Jay-Z number 10.
That jersey is celebrating Mandela Day.
That jersey look like a curtain in an old church.
It looks like a backdrop.
It's not even a church anymore.
His whole outfit looks like a tombstone.
What? Unveiling.
That Jay-Z is home to 4 generations of lice.
And those were cave paintings on that jersey. 4th generation lice.
Yeah, like the matet.
Yes, I tried, but you brought it up.
Today's not the
Even
day.
when we haven't begun.
Yeah.
Hi, let's leave the wearing a secret sock on his singles and let's get on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Cheese Gang, please put your hands together and help us welcome here today at Beyond the Eye Studios, the cast and crew of Popcorn and Cheese.
Yes. Even after celebrating 1 million subscribers at San Peterina,
Did you guys just change that sound to TTT?
Yes,
Yeah.
because of TT.
He's
Okay.
Yeah.
Revolutionary.
You understand?
Which one is this one?
So, ladies and gentlemen, cheese boys, cheese girls, cheese gang.
Cheese gang.
In the back, we have the one and only Tsitsi Chumeric, the barbaric. Wow, wish you could see him today. He's actually wearing matching colors. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the co-pilot, the man who clutches while I accelerate, the man who puts up the handbrake while I put on the wipers, the one and only Robot, the boy.
Yay.
And I do ma Yatsamaya, Koloi ya Elia. Elia himself, the driver, the head boy of Yellow Bones, Katrim, ya trimming, and the trims of all the dreams that come true beyond the eye. Stand-up comedian. Which one is this one? Mpo Pops. Modikwane!
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, somewhere in the back, we're not gonna say where, is the one and only ghost lady. And Ushai face beat namhlanje. Hey! Ukhuluma ne-English. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are broadcasting right here in the heart of Centurion at Beyond the Eye Studios. Beyond the Eyes, because sometimes life is just right in front of you and you need a set of binoculars to show you what's out there. Why not come give them a try? Because they can take your podcasting, shooting, photography, and broadcasting needs beyond the eyes.
And of course,
Out
we are
there.
not just comfortably sitting, but we are luxuriously sitting
Mamela.
on the 2050 Event Supplies. Big shout out to 2050 Event Supplies for operating this level.
Ladies and gentlemen, talking about levels, it's time for us to take it up a notch. We're going to the next level.
Come on.
Right?
Which one is
Ladies
this
and
one?
gentlemen, today in our chair, someone who actually fits. I was going to say fits the profile.
That was a low.
Which one is this one? Ladies and gentlemen, Abuti Wako Mafikeng. It gives me great honor and pleasure to introduce the Persian prince himself.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and
Which one
girls,
is this one?
Cheese Gang, all the way from Muff Town.
Yeah,
Put
right.
your digital hands together. Help us welcome. Hey, it's Hoa, English.
No,
come back to
Akira,
me.
you
Wake
said,
up. You said, help us wake up.
help us. Yeah, but we are woke, guys. It's fine.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, social media sensation, stand-up comedian, and a man who's had hair since he was 2.
Which one is this
Please put your digital hands together. Give it up for the one and only Vafa!
Vafisto.
Vafa!
Vafaraga! Vafa.
And then did Sundowns win the league again?
Yeah, hi, my own thousand C.
When you were saying yellow bone, I thought you were referring to yourself. I was like,
He looks like a Sundowns assistant coach, ne? Mupase!
or if a Sangoma was like a Sundown supporter.
Nine.
Yeah, I just arrived, guys.
My dog, you look like a snake you can buy at my. The
one
10
that-
kg.
Yeah, the one that says Ntu.
No, this one is a
original
full
one.
name. Ntsumba.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and...
Yeah, Rizana, we're starting the show.
Hey, my dog, they're also calling you Bumblebee. Vafa, where did it...
Look like a coach for black leopards.
Is this payback for all the people we roasted? at
Where's Black
Sunbeds?
Leopard's based these days?
Yeah, Toyando.
Toyando. It's back to Limpopo.
Yes.
Because at a point it went to Eastern Cape.
Us robot.
That's Robo. My dog, you look like a traffic cone at an airport.
And he's so tall, you could actually be one fitting for the planes so they could see you.
A car guard for a plane.
Wozala. Yeah.
You look like you offer parking tickets for planes. It's like
Yo, which one is this one? I'm gonna take this as kick-ass promo. Big shout out to Cotton First Puma collaboration. You already know Cotton Needs never die.
Do planes have car guards?
It's not a car.
Ask Romo.
Yeah, it's an industry you could get into. If this dancing thing doesn't work for you, you've got to...
You know who steals wheels from planes. We don't know these people. So
Which one is this one?
Every episode, self-sabotage.
So you're saying Robert?
It was going so well.
It was going so well.
It was fire. I would lie. And
So you're saying there's
it
planes
came.
that are sitting on bricks right now?
yeah. Ask Robert all these things.
No, it's
Vafa, my brother.
welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for
Vafisto,
These are
my brother. For those of the
cheese gang.
for those
South
of us,
African.
for those of us South Africans, the cheese boys and the cheese girls and the cheese gang that don't know your comedical geniusness, please tell them who you are and what it is you do.
This sounds so formal now. My name is Vafa. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I happen to also create funny things on the internet.
Right?
Yeah.
You kind of said your name first, Vafa.
Yeah, because hey, we need
Something
a
we not you. All I had is my name is Vafa.
Vafa Narari. Can you pronounce it?
Narari.
Nairobi.
Narari.
Narari.
Nairobi.
What does it mean?
What, the name or the surname?
The surname. Vafa we know.
No, Vafa.
What does Vafa mean?
It means like over there.
That's not like Dio. Va.
Like Va.
No, Va.
Va.
It's like, yeah, saying someone must.
So what does it mean? Vafa Navraki.
Narar is just a surname, so it just means people from Narar. So if my name,
Like Shaka Zulu.
yes, but it would add like a, so Zulu,
Wait,
so Narar is the
Zulu.
place.
Zulu's not a place.
It is. We just call it KZN now.
What's going on?
So if I was born in,
It's Zulu in heaven. Shaka's from heaven. You don't notice.
We'll accept that joke for the hell.
was it not from Zimbabwe?
Tishako Pumagupi.
No, honestly, like,
which one
it's-
is this
it
one?
was-
The
his
cheese gang, the Zulu cheese gang.
His
come for you.
ancestry was closer to Bulawayo. And then he migrated to KZN. I stand under correction.
Yeah.
I pity people need to find out this because yes, we are gonna win. Yo.
So what does Vafa
Vafa means loyalty.
loyalty?
Narari just means from Narar.
Vafa means loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
No, that was
Which one is this one?
Brown, but it did not.
From the song Loyalty.
Oh, these are loyal.
Oh, these girls ain't loyal.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when that song was playing in the club, you would stand still.
Exactly. Everybody around dancing, just me still.
No ways, dog. So how did you? So you're saying you Vafa Narahi?
Yes.
Where's Narahi?
What do you mean? Wait, Narar is the
Narar,
place
yeah.
somewhere in Iran.
In Iran. How did you find yourself here?
In this studio right now. No. Uber, thanks to. Well, my dad came here in the 1980s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why he selected this place.
1980s. It's almost the
1981.
same generation as Spears Jersey when it was manufactured.
Yeah, I think that's the same year. I know why you chose this place. If you guys would have passed the pencil test.
Us guys.
I agree you've got it here. There.
No, this is gel. I just put in.
Oh, so
It's actually a hippies. It's a
Hippies. Brazilian.
yes.
wait, this or this part? You said
It's a clip on. I think I'm the only one that hair has touched the back of this pop.
Yeah. That hairpiece is the first piece of hair to ever touch the side.
Yeah,
What's in the USB?
In the hairpiece.
I get it. He said it's a plug-in, or what is it?
Yeah,
It's an attachment. It's a strap on.
Did you bring it from Iran with you, or it's a local one?
You know, I've never been to Iran.
He just said
I don't know
Brazilian.
how-
No. Wasn't Iran?
Hey, Bantu
300.
education was very bad.
No,
Like,
man. Wasn't there unrest there for some time?
all the time.
No.
The whole time.
So is
Even right
that
now.
what you guys fled?
I didn't flee.
Your dad.
anywhere.
Okay, your dad.
Your dad came with you still in the
Yes.
So you were born
the
in this
chamber.
side,
in the
I was
chamber.
born this side.
Okay.
in Mafikeng.
So he actually left Iran. He went to the States, and then from the States he came here. He came here actually to teach our religion, the Baha'i faith. So he was like a missionary.
Oh, so you're a PK.
PK.
Pastor's kid.
Pastor's kid.
Okay, so in the Baha'i faith, anybody can do that service. You don't have to be a pastor. So even a normal congregant can decide to go and teach. So we actually have no pastors. It's a flat system.
So when you guys gather, is it like, Robert, today it's you?
It's you.
Get it.
So it's more of a democracy, like
Like
everybody.
there's less titles. Like there's no
It's
bishop,
governed by
there's no
institution.
deacon, there's no.
So it's not governed by.
Dude, you just said something so interesting. Excuse the helicopter, cars get stolen around here.
And that's why you need a helicopter, because seeing it is beyond your eye.
What a segue.
With that jersey to protect helicopters from getting stolen.
Guys, is it like this every episode, or is it just this one?
From episode 2, I promise you all the
Because
way.
this guy on stage, he's very funny. He's a genius. It's a genius. But I don't know. Maybe this is where he practices.
No, it's because he's sitting down. Maybe it's only funny when he stands up.
Dog, please tell us about you've just intrigued us, bro. Please tell us about this Baha'i faith.
So the Baha'i faith originated in Iran 180 years ago. So relatively new.
Okay.
And then we believe in a progressive revelation. So we believe that God reveals himself over time to humanity and not all at once. So we believe in Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, Zoroaster, Moses, and we believe all of these prophets came at a time to bring a message which was relevant for that time. So we believe Baha'u'llah, who is our prophet, is the one for this time.
Okay.
So we're told that the dispensation is usually more or less 1,000 years long.
Okay.
So right before him was Muhammad, and right before him was Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So that is also one of the reasons why, so Baha'is get prosecuted even today in Iran. So you can't freely practice the religion because it's a Islamic state. So they actually derive their power from the religion in terms of governing the country. So anybody that sort of opposes that.
The religion almost opposes the power and the authority.
Yes. Or if people switch to a different religion, then they lose their power. So my dad left in the 70s to go to the States to go and study, and then he came to South Africa.
And then he came to SA.
And then he came here. Yeah.
And then out of all the places he could have chosen to stay in SA,
He went to
Mafikeng.
Eat chop, my daughter.
Choppy chop.
No, so when he arrived here, it was apartheid South Africa.
Yeah.
So he arrived here.
How old are you?
How old am I? 33.
Which one is this one?
That's his age.
Hallelujah.
Anything could happen.
You look like him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Some resemblance.
I'm gonna change looks next
If
time.
you let's go over here, my bro, my Lord and Savior.
Ila. But you don't judge a book by its cover.
I'm a grower.
It's a family show.
Yeah, I grow my own hair. Come on, support my business. Can I plug my weaves over here? Because Brazilian.
You're already doing a good job.
Lace front.
I take out this. Okay, no, never mind.
You were about to Titi. But yes, you were saying.
You saved yourself.
You saved yourself from Titi.
So he arrived here and they gave him a 1-month visa. And then he was going around the country to a visitor's visa. But he applied for a working visa in the country. So he was going to find a job around the country. Now, he studied civil engineering, masters in structural engineering, so he was educated.
Hectic.
But now everywhere, he went to every single city in South Africa. But everywhere he went, they were like, but you need a working visa before you can get a job. But then the Department of Labor needed you to have a job to get before you get it. It was a Zimbabwe situation, you know? So he went around the country and they couldn't give him a job. And that time, Mafikeng, Omawatu was the capital of Botswana. So they were an independent state. So they could make their own decisions. So one of his friends called him from there and says, Exe, You can get a job over here. They don't mind. So he went straight to Mafikeng and they gave him a job. And then now the South African department actually sent him a letter and said, we deny your working visa. And then he was like, technically I've left South Africa.
Because in Mafikeng.
Because Mafikeng is outside South Africa. Like,
And Kapo did say he's from the USA. Kapo said, he said
He's from.
he's not from South Africa.
Not from here.
Yeah.
exactly. So it was because South Africa was the only one that recognized that this place is not part of South Africa. But the rest of the world said, it's in South Africa. So he used their rules against them. And that's how he managed to stay here.
Under whose jurisdiction is Putawatwana?
It was yes. The one Mangope.
Who's Mangope?
Which one is this one?
Was Limpopo not one of our
I don't know.
satellite offices?
As soon as we are done today, I want you to Google Mangope
Yeah.
and just watch everything you can and read everything you can. Mangope is a legend, dog.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like as if Maloma Kalemela one.
Nine.
Oh yeah, because you
I want you to watch all of the things.
Imagine not knowing Mangope.
And do the research that you need.
Is that like not knowing who Lekhanyan is?
Yes.
But even worse.
Even worse.
Wait, but
Because
yeah, that's
as big as the Khanyan
church-based.
community is, it doesn't compare to the vision that Mangope had,
Yeah.
the law under which he governed, and how things actually ran and worked underneath him. Hey, dog, it's one of the most respected leaders and figures of our time.
I mean, it's also my tribe too.
To our point, Titi, how do you not know him then?
Yeah.
Hey, deadbeat fathers, dog. Deadbeat fathers, dog.
Speaking of fathers, is that,
Yes, dog.
is that where your father met moms, and is that how?
Yes.
No, my mom was in India at the time.
Aich?
So he had an import.
Come on, man.
Pen pals.
Come on, man.
pals, exactly.
Man, yeah, stop laughing there, right?
How did they meet?
No, she's not Indian.
Yeah, it's this guy. Why?
So your mom was in India. How did they meet, bro?
No, pen pals. Literally, somebody connected them here, says, Exe, are you single?
What?
And then she came down here.
No, first they were sending letters. And then they decided to meet. I don't think they met here. They went to the States, neutral ground. I think it was also better. They could do whatever they wanted. Mafikeng was not quite the tourist attraction.
What is your father going to show your mother, dog?
At the time, we had 7 casinos in Mafikeng.
Oh.
7.
No, okay, not 7. Like Molopotaski, Mawatusan, it was all of these things. No, because you were not allowed to gamble in South Africa.
Oh, so everything.
So they, including like Sun City,
Yes,
was one of the jurisdictions of Botswana, so you could do your stuff over there.
Northwest there. That's why.
Yeah.
Hectic.
So it was
That's a lot of history, bruh. That's so cool. Tell us more.
Which one is this one?
You should give your ghost a laptop so you can Google at the same time.
He uses his phone. Usually uses his phone.
And it never has data. So whenever we argue about stuff, it's always like, bro, yeah, I can't find it.
I also believe in not getting into arguments. You understand? Who am I to come with facts here? You understand? If you want to argue, argue. This is a free country. Argue, my brother. Argue.
Exactly. It's a free country. You were telling us how you guys got here for free. Yes. So mom and dad met India. They got along. They were like vibes.
US.
Vibes, and then my dad was like, hey, this is not a bad place to come back to. And then, but this was still apartheid. I don't know what he's, yeah.
And you said your mom's not Indian. She's a?
She's Persian as well, so she's Iranian.
Oh.
So her parents left Iran before she was born, and then she was born in India.
So
So similar situation, how they were fleeing Iran.
their first date was in America, though.
I think so. I need to ask them. I don't ask those details.
You want to ask it. I don't want to ask it.
No, it's fine. So
Which
then
one is this
LIB
one?
and now you're here, ne?
Yeah. you wanted to say what you manufactured in America.
He's
No, I was manufactured.
Maftan Heights.
I was born in Pretoria.
Yeah.
But my parents were staying in Mabopane.
Mabopane.
Yes, Unit M. Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, so when I overseas
Overseas
is not your thing.
No. I don't know anything.
7 colors.
No, this is just, it's a screen cover here that you're seeing. This is not.
So under this is just a Tswana man.
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak, bro?
Including Mac.
Mm.
Yeah, 6.
What? Keng. So, Kishoa English.
Uh-huh.
So we have English.
Yeah, South African English,
Uh-huh.
American English.
Yeah. Which one is American English now?
No.
No, I want to know what's the South African one. It's not make sure.
Excel.
Exeg Afrikaans.
Hey, dog.
So then Afrikaans.
Okay.
7.
No.
Yeah, I'm good at this.
Zoo 7 must be
Yeah, English, Afrikaans, Farsi, which is Persian, Setswana, Heban. Little bit of Xhosa.
Sotho.
So I don't really count, but Sotho, Spedi, they're mutually comprehensible. So
Yeah.
Hey.
Same one.
Jarrell. And then, Spanish at a point, but now it's gone.
Spanish.
Vamos. Yeah.
Did you not have TV
hablamos.
games growing up or something?
No, this was in varsity. I was experimenting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
With different languages.
No, there was no Spanish in Mafikeng. No.
Hey, man.
Zulu. We didn't even have Spanish flu there in Mafikeng. It was just
You hit
Zulu, is Zulu, we are season, eh? But you
yes,
can't
because it's mutually comprehensible with Xhosa.
speak. Okay.
Which one
What
is this
language are
one?
you thinking?
in Bahai.
Mostly English, but I can think a lot in Tswana. I think, yeah.
Your gestures are always Heban.
Yes, like that, when I'm surprised, then it goes into Tswana. Like, yo, what's going on here?
Dude, what's your home language? Bahai.
No, Persian.
Persian. No,
Farsi.
No, it's
Farsi. Farsi.
Yes.
Farsi.
Yeah.
Now I was testing you.
Hey. Farsi. Hey, Titi.
I was testing you, my brother. You failed. It's Farsi.
How do you speak Persian? So Farsi.
Colloquially, you can say Persian. It's just like Mandarin and Chinese.
Okay.
Do you know how Persian sounds?
Oh.
Do you know how Farsi sounds?
Farsi,
could
yeah,
sound like
it's
French.
very comfortable.
It's very comfortable.
Ah, Botiti.
I want
Try
the
it,
man- I want
try
the
it,
man
try
to
it.
speak some Farsi.
How do you
for us.
say, which one is this one in Farsi?
Sure.
Which one is this one?
Kefing. No, sorry.
I know this language. K4C. I could foresee this language, Urano, man.
Yeah.
Yo, now I have to think in Farsi first. I'll get it.
Okay.
But can you speak Farsi like
Yes. Man Farsi harf mizanam. How does that sound? I was just like, I speak Farsi.
It does sound Frenchy.
We have like merci. So because the Persian Empire at a point went all the way into Europe. So it became a language which includes a lot of sort of vocab and tones and sounds of a lot of it wasn't really, it's not a pure language in itself.
Yeah.
Like it's not unique. It is unique in itself, but then it borrows a lot of things.
And then when did they fight those 299 guys?
That was year 19.
Oh.
No, it was.
Everyone ran away.
Was it before Jesus?
BC.
Those sort of wars. No. After
300.
the movie.
I couldn't. Only now you found what?
Hey.
I could. They were just coming to snare their carpets. There's these 300 Owens just singing. You can't sell your carpets here.
We will die.
Yo, are you guys
It
finished?
was just parked cars with carpets all over. And like, nah.
It was
not
basically
yet.
xenophobia back in the day. They were like, you can't come and sell your carpets.
You can't park the car there.
Those elephants back then.
Yeah. But now, what's this? So what's this? You are studying working. Is this why you're studying engineering?
Wait, out of nowhere, is this why? Is this?
Which one is this one?
I don't know what to say, man.
So is this like?
Yay! That's how I knew Titi didn't know what to say. What's this? What's this? What's this? The minute he starts saying, what's this? He doesn't know where he's going.
You know when I knew it was over? When he did this.
Yeah, dog,
This
it's
is why
also-
you're studying engineering.
Bruh, you talking about
Guys,
things.
are you guys paying Titi for this? Like,
No, dog. We promise you, dog. Like, we don't know what's going on, dog.
I'm shy, man. I'm a shy guy.
Dude, the comments, the cheese gang in the comments will always wait for a
Can we report this?
self-sabotage moment by Titi. That's just his thing, dog. Yo,
so is this
I don't know it. So is that why you didn't know how to swim after you drove the car? What? What are you saying?
Okay, Sharp. Can I ask a question, guy?
Okay, go.
So, what's this with all this background, and you are growing up in Mafikeng?
Yes, we are listening. Interview.
Question. I want to hear the saying. Let's go.
Ghost.
Did you just go ghost lady?
Yeah,
Call a
ghost. I
friend.
know. I
Titi's calling a friend.
need help here
Try
today.
again, Titi.
Ghost for ghost.
I'm saying, like, growing up in the, like, with that whole tradition behind of you in Mafikeng.
This one.
Pops.
Now we
Pops.
Goodbye, okay.
Give him a chance.
Behind of you.
Yo. Okay.
I know what
You grew up with a tradition with the behind of you. And
Okay, let's save Titi, guys. Shame. Vafa,
yes.
tell us about the environment you grew up in. I know you got a brother,
All you
right?
had to say.
I know you got a brother, Safa. How many siblings do you guys have?
Two younger brothers.
Yeah.
Saf and Sama.
And they are behind of me. They're younger.
So they're the ones that come behind of you. It's like,
They were in my environment. And that is what has led me today to study engineering. Which one is this one?
Hallelujah. Jesus.
Yo. Please pay Titi more. Like, he needs to take this job serious. Yo.
So engineering, ne?
so yes, my dog. So you obviously your family finds themselves in Mafikeng. So after you guys, actually you were born in Mopitori. So
Yes.
around here, close to where we are. You stayed in Mabupane.
Yeah.
Then when did you guys eventually settle
when I
down come
was-
after?
When I was 6, so I started primary school. I started grade 1 in Mafikeng. And then, so I spent grade 1 to 12 in Mafikeng. So basically, like, most of my socialization and everything was in Mafikeng.
Is that where you say your language was influenced? Was it coming from home or was it Koskela? Like, was it?
It was mostly from home, but I think so. When I Kleksdorp, ne? It was
Me?
yeah.
No, that's so way too.
Which one is this one?
Kleksdorp. Are you from Kleksdorp?
No, aren't you from Kleksdorp?
No, I've had electricity my whole life.
Why did I think you were from Northwest?
No, no, I'm from originally from Floras in the east, and then
Oh,
I moved to Zone 9 Meadowlands at the age of
Meadows.
6 or 7.
no, onalebo ma cheese nyana.
Yeah, I mean popcorn and cheese.
Yeah, no. I
get
mean,
it.
but no, like your skin is good. I thought
Exfoliate, Mamela.
okay, dilo di changes. No, so it was like I really, I mean, I love the upbringing because even those like you didn't Mafikeng was such a safe environment to be playing outside.
Yeah.
So as soon as we were 6, I remember even asking our parents like, "Hey, what is our culture?" And they were like,
Yeah.
"Whatever's happening outside,
It's your culture.
that's your culture. Don't ask
That's
us."
dope.
That's so dope.
So they were like, "We're not going back. This is it." So literally, I knew hardly anything about Persian people. We learned the language, we ate some of the food, But beyond that, my entire socialization was Tswana. Because now we are outside, we're like, hey guys, apparently this is our culture, so please teach us. So we learned the language,
That's so interesting.
loved the music, loved the food. Everything was just Tswana. Even to a point where we would play soccer in a team. And because in Mafikeng, because it was such a small town, people didn't really pick on like, hey, but where are you from? You know, with the one, they didn't really care about where you came from. They were like, you're here now. King Tsitsi, do you want to ask another deep question?
I wanted to ask what other kids were treating you guys like at the time.
So the people who...
Saying that now, it's fine.
No, but he didn't touch it.
He said because back in the day, no one would be treated differently.
No one
even though
cared.
they
It was a
looked
small
different, they were
community.
Just, yeah.
They really didn't treat you differently.
Maybe we need Spady subtitles. I don't know if he's... No, so if they were in our inner circle of people who grew up with us, they didn't see the difference. And then...
So because it's child innocence.
Yes. But so in our school, nobody would spot it. Nobody made a big fuss that you look different. So we'd even we'd play soccer and then we'd go to another school and play soccer. And then somebody was like, hey, and then, what's this Indian guy doing in this team? And I would look around and I would be like, we have an Indian guy in our team. Come on now. Hey. And then like, India. So now I'm asking all the other guys, they're like, where's this? They're like, and I'm like, hey, sir, I forgot that. So you would often forget, like, you'd be super surprised. Why are they? And then you got that not everybody knew you from when you were growing up. So it was I think the time where I started noticing my difference was when I went to UCT and Cape Town. Because
I thought you were going to say it when the Pakistanis started coming.
Which one is this one?
What do I say?
That's not friendly. Your joke is not friendly.
Speaking of Pakistanis, I had to go and get a haircut this morning.
By my friend.
Yes. Our friends. Yeah. And because of the time of this shoot, I'd never pitched so early to that shop. And they were open. Like imagine waking somebody up because they stay
in the shop.
It's the house.
Yeah. It's just an extension. It's like...
In the barber, they stay in the barber.
I think so. I think at the back. There was even a Zulu lady there that when she speaks English, she speaks in a Pakistani accent.
Vafa.
I'm telling you.
How did she sound? Vafa. You can't just bring us
I
here.
won't be forced into that.
No, you can't. You can't leave us here. This is not your ponytail. You can't just leave us mid.
Okay, like just how did you?
How did you hear? What did you hear? We're not saying.
We're not saying what you heard was different.
Give us the experience.
Put us there, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying make fun of the poor lady. No.
So you get in there.
Just tell us what you heard.
I know it's early, but can I quickly get a haircut?
And then what did she say?
Aye, guys. No.
Oh, I hear it.
You get it? Yeah. You get it?
Hi, guys. No. We're not open, man.
Yeah, those bros always say no 5 times. No.
It's a lady.
No, I'm saying the accent comes from the bros.
The accent comes from the brewers.
She works there.
Which
with
one
the
is this
brewers.
one?
Oh, okay.
So then when people talk around you, then you take guys, no, this makes sense. This makes sense, right?
So she took the no-no-nos from the bros.
No, Titi saying the brewers' influence is what influenced her to speak that way.
Yes.
Oh.
What did you think I was saying?
So the reason I started engineering...
Yeah.
You see my behind, but by...
So you'll tell us later how she sounded.
Yes.
But I cut you off earlier, my dog. You were saying that where you noticed the difference was when you went to Cape Town for the first time.
Yes.
When you went to UCT.
Yes.
Was this the first time you had ever left Muff Town?
No. We were fortunate enough to travel.
Okay.
Family was all over the place. Like in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
So we'd visit them often, we'd travel. But like interacting with South Africans on a like outside family and friends that knew us, that was the first time where I had to, now you're on your own. You know, you're interacting with people.
Yeah.
And now they've got questions and then they, you know, they want to make sense of things. So that was the first experience of people on their own.
UCT or was it UCT?
Yeah. No, I was clever. Yeah.
Okay, is this where you studied engineering?
No, this man is clever.
Call back.
The genius.
Call back.
No, Vafa is a genius.
This is the place. So is this where you were studying engineering?
That's where I studied, yeah. But first I started XI, actuarial science.
Exile.
First you studied in exile? Vafa Marnal, how many years?
Vafa, that's why I asked how old this guy is, dog. Vafa's lived.
And you guys took being South Africans too seriously. You even went to exile
So
for us.
For the culture.
For the culture.
I bet this is what the Tanzanian flag.
yeah, so when I was
Are you hectic?
so when I went to so when I flew to Tanzania 3 weeks ago.
Aich.
Yeah.
Working comedians.
Yes.
Which one is this one?
So when I was leaving over here, I went to passport control. I gave him it's like, okay, where are you going? Like Tanzania. Then he's like, hey, yeah, no, it's a long time I haven't been there. So I was like, when were you there? He was like, no, during exile. That was the last time he was in the street face. I was like, hey, okay, fine, sharp. I was,
And you look like, you know, that brother.
tell us
Which bro?
The brother from Tanzania.
The bro they found in Tanzania.
Yeah, the one.
So you're saying that
He was going back.
The guy that was stamping his
the
boss.
guy was stamping was saying, you're going again.
You're going back.
But at least you cut your hair this time.
Wow, Nadib. Which one is this one?
No one day was talking about your skin.
Yes, that's the first thing. I'm on your skin. Kruger, stop.
We found it.
When someone can tell location from skin.
No. Even that color shirt is the color. It's the color. It's the best color, that one.
Hey, man. So, yes, talking about being the best. You were the best.
Yeah.
I was the best at everything. In fact, I'm the best.
Yeah. So you obviously, like Titi say, you're a genius.
Very smart.
So you went and you studied engineering,
Yeah.
right? Where does comedy come in, dog? Where did the comedy bug bite you?
Hey,
Class clown.
it didn't bite me. I was looking for an escape.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I think we've solved this case.
no,
I think we've solved this case. We've solved it. G4S.
Wait. You know what?
G4S is working here.
You know the Hawks watch the show, right?
It's me.
Okay, so when you went to Woolworths, what were you?
Getting us water for the show.
Okay. You're talking about your escape.
So you're saying you're
So
talking
I was working for about 6 years or something, and then I wasn't quite happy with what I was doing. Then
So wait, is this
Working
after qualifying as an engineer?
after qualifying as an engineer, so working as an engineer,
Okay, what type of engineering and where did you work?
civil engineering, mostly construction.
Okay.
So like on track.
Okay.
The bricks.
Yes. So I think I love engineering,
Yeah.
but it's just that I was in a space where it was heavily capitalist minded. Like everything is about just the bottom line. So I wanted to give back, all of that sort of stuff, but it couldn't happen in that space. So I was like, okay, now I just wanted to do another job. And with comedy, the barriers to entry
Very easy.
are very low. No, sorry, it was a joke. It misplaced.
Vafa.
Sharp.
And then sharp. You know, after every joke that goes back, you know, but you know, I love you, dog. Like,
I want like they say I love all the guests that come to the show. I don't know anymore.
Shame, dog. We're gonna
Yeah.
bring you Paul Tusi. Don't worry.
No, I could see every episode. You know what I love about you? Question, eh?
For the first time,
Your
I met
voice
you,
has
man, I could
inspired me
always tell
for
that-
generations. No, you know what I love about you? It's that you will find a way to fit in wherever you are. Yeah?
Is that what he said to Abudlolo?
I can't remember. Vafisto.
After the
Vafa laugh.
And
engineering.
how's the Cape Town scene at the time? that
Emma
you
Pedro,
started?
we are finishing this.
Joe, okay. It's me against the world today.
sorry,
Kitty
Torello.
Park today.
So I was actually in Durban on a project there, and then I started an Instagram account where I was just talking nonsense. And then I went to a stand-up comedy show where you were performing.
In
You know,
Durban?
what was the name of that place? 42, 241, 421, 412,
442.
In Durban, dog?
442, maybe, yes. Madinga, you?
Were we on a tall horse tour? It was me, Madinga, Robbie Collins.
I don't think if it was
Neil
Robbie, it was
Green.
Carvin, Neil Green, Skulk, maybe.
And Emilio Tobias was also on the thing.
I don't think he was on that one, no. I think
was so
Takunda had
long
organized
ago.
that.
Yes, it was Takunda. It was we were doing a tour.
I think Carvin may have been hosting.
Yes, Calvin was hosting.
Yes. That was one of my first shows. Well, the other thing, I had no idea what stand-up comedy was. I knew Trevor Noah
Hectic.
because that was popular culture. Everybody knew that.
Yes, yes.
And I'd watched the Daywalker and I'd watched him live because he was touring UCT at a point with that Nando's thing.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I had. So I didn't know who Dave Chappelle was. I didn't know who Richard Pryor was. I didn't know that Steve Harvey did comedy. I thought he was a talk show host. Like, I had no idea who these people were.
That's
So
so crazy, dog.
One of my first experiences of stand-up outside Trevor Noah was that show.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on.
I don't shop like that.
What's your top five? What's wrong with you guys?
Pops has never,
Titi Chumia.
Pops has never made it to a top 5 list of comics.
No ways, dog. So what happened to you? And the reason why I'm asking is because I have a very similar story to yours. I was also never exposed to stand-up comedy. I'd watched it from the Def Comedy Jam videos that my brother got from his friend, like the VHS. And then my first show I went to go watch was Trevor Darren Moore.
I thought you were going to
Dave
say me.
Kibuka. This was 2009,
Watched
Vafa.
him.
Yo, before World Cup.
2009.
Before World Cup, I was a child. You were adult before World Cup. Before Confederation Cup, actually. Your experience at this life, you've been breathing oxygen. Yo.
Actually.
Before Confed. I don't remember anything before Confed.
Niggas were still in school before World Cup. Our Pops was already rocking.
Yo.
He had built a house, his 8th salary.
Bread had
Here,
hit
I'll
10
turn on the
rand.
mic.
Pops was on his 3rd car.
He was on his 4th CV.
Vafa, ignore this once, my brother.
So you went to that show and then
I went to the show, Vafisto. And as my first live experience, like sitting in the audience watching these oaks perform and how it's being hosted and how each one comes out and does get, I sat there going, I want to do this. I think I can do this. So what happened to you that night when you came to watch like this? Because that you mentioned that lineup, bro. That was all types of comedians. That's Carvin. Carvin's a beast, bro. You've got Carvin Goldstone. You've got Loiso Madinga. Skulk Poseidon. I was there. I don't think Robbie was there. I think I was replacing Robbie.
I think Neil Green was there.
Neil Green was there.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I was there, I approached Carvin after the show because I think at that point I'd called people into an apartment to do some specials. I did 2 40-minute specials. Those were my first stand-up comedy things because I also didn't know. I was like, how hard can this thing be? You just tell them stories.
So you invited people to an
your
apartment.
house.
Yes, 8 people. The first one was a top 8.
So you hosted your own comedy show in your apartment?
Yes.
In a
That's some
lounge.
legendary
And then
stuff.
the second one was like, I think
So dope.
for my 30, 40 people.
In the same apartment.
No, in a different apartment.
Oh, yeah,
It was a
because-
slightly bigger venue, capacity.
Aich.
And then Calvin saw these things and he's like, because so at that time, at that event, I got Calvin's number. So Calvin first thought, this is a guy I can market to. So even till today, my name on Calvin's phone is Vafa Durban Comedy. Because that's how he says. So I'm in that WhatsApp group, anything to happen in Durban Comedy, he sends me the stuff.
I thought you were like a promoter.
Yes. So Calvin is, I mean, even he's so meticulous about this, and he's a very people's person.
Yeah.
So anybody he meets, he treats you like, human being and everything. And then he's like, he gets your number. Okay, cool. He has a very personal relationship. I don't know how he does it with so many people. So he got my number. He's like, yeah. I think at first he was like, this guy's not serious, but he can buy tickets to shows. So that's how I'm going to. So, but then he had access now to, the status and all of that sort of stuff. And he saw, this guy's doing
Gigs in an
40
apartment.
minute specials. Look at this. The crowd is going wild. So he's like, come to this open mic. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, how many minutes? He said 5. I was like,
Standard, your first 5 minutes.
I had 2 40-minute specials. Now he's going to
Give
ask
me
me
5.
to do 5. Like, what
Summarize.
is- And then I went there. Yeah.
What happened?
It was tough.
Yeah.
Did you die on stage?
No.
So I was coming from an engineering background, so I was so meticulous. Now in even so I was like, okay, I need to get 5 minutes. So now I was right, and now after every line, I was like, okay, they will laugh here. This one, okay, they won't laugh, but
5-second
don't worry.
gap.
So now I would leave gaps for laughter. It's like this is a 3-second laughter, and then there was a
snap.
5-second.
Don't tell me when you did the jokes, they weren't laughter.
There was laughter.
And now you had open time.
So now he's just standing there. And then sometimes the concrete and the cement don't mix in the right way.
You know, they
What
call
do
me
you
the
call a
Prince of...
carpet that's not Persian?
They call me the Prince of Persia.
That 3-second.
Welcome, doormat.
You know at Mouthtown how it's...
And those 3 seconds you left behind are just.
Dude, that
looking
is
at
so
you.
crazy
So
that your mind, you literally attached
I
your
engineered
engineer.
it.
Yes.
And then I would even say comments like, hey guys, don't laugh too much. I only have 5 minutes. And that was after like a 7-second laugh. So you can imagine people are waiting quiet. Waiting. And I'm just there.
Don't laugh, guys.
Don't laugh too much.
And that's your next line. And because
then-
you're such a perfectionist, it's in your head, you have to say it. And then you...
And then guys, I even anticipated a standing ovation. Mid-set.
Not even at the end.
Not at the end.
2 minutes 55.
They're going to stand.
Wow.
Is this written in your book?
And then, yes.
his
And then
notes.
now, right after the standing ovation, guys, sit down. Sit down. The guys at the back cannot see.
You wrote this in your book.
Dog, that's
Word
his
for- like,
set, word for
in
word.
brackets, like, this is what's going to happen. Then this is what you will say.
That's,
blazing, bro.
that's hilarious.
And then when I got off stage, they're like, no, I think you've got something.
Do you know what's blazing about what you're saying now?
The sympathy chats.
Do you know what's blazing about that is because that's the pure perspective that somebody has about comedy from outside. Like the pure perspective of being a comedian for you was I write every single thing, the standing ovation, this and that. And it's so interesting to hear the realization of what happened after that.
But I also think you were, and this often happens in comedy, right? Is when we start, we often fill, I forgot there's a term for it, but we often fill the venue with our people. So when you're starting out, you make sure that you come with like 10 of your people or 15 of your people. So that you have that, let's call them sympathy laughs.
Sympathy love.
Yes.
Like a
Right?
comfort section.
So with you doing the first 8 people, those were 8 people that knew you.
Yes.
You didn't hand out flyers and randomly, invite people to an apartment. Then the 30 was like the people you know and the people they know. So everyone
And
kind
they
of
trust
comes
each
together.
other with that chat.
So you were so comfortable that this is me being funny. Whereas in the world of stand-up comedy, your audience is different all the time, right?
Sure.
So when you utlile with that mentality of like,
But let's say,
I'm gonna, because this is the point they laugh at. Then I say this is where they gave me a standing ovation the last time.
You know what, fair.
So I need to give them a break. You know what I mean? So that's the perception you came in with. And I think that was your first lesson that you learned.
100%. And for me, I call that group like the people who love you. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
So in that, the first 8 were people, everybody loved me there. And then like the 40 people, everybody, when I was in that bar, nobody loved me. Not even Coven. He had like nobody. So
Coven denied you.
So now wait, who put this guy on stage?
Listen, he's part of the WhatsApp group. He asked.
he just made it.
I had to pay for a ticket to get.
How many times have you done that? Paid for shows that you performed at?
No. I haven't to perform. I've worked at.
That never happened to you. Where
I've had
the
to
promoter
work as
will
a
make you
doorman.
buy a ticket to perform.
Whoa, why?
Why?
Bro, because you're desperate and you want to perform. Like that happened
I
to
think
me.
in New York you have to pay for spots.
Yeah, you pay to get into the club so that you can, and you have to bring like 4 other people, and they must pay too.
Yeah, but I don't.
Wait, so are they not booking you to perform?
to you?
No, it's like open mics. You go to an open mic, bro. Like in Cape Town, when I was staying in Cape Town, a lot of gigs like that where they say bring 5 people or else you're not playing.
Oh yes. So I think when I started in Cape Town, I used to have to work as a doorman.
Yes.
And now I work with Gino Fernandez at the Armchair.
I love Gino.
So I would work at, and I think Titi was at one of those first shows where
Dog, you started right in
one of
front
my
of me.
favorite comedians
Yeah.
in the country, among the top 5.
He's 5.
Yeah. All 5. So I would work at the door, and Gino says, you can work at the door and you may get a spot. Only if somebody does not pitch, then he will come to. So now you're sitting at the door, and when you're starting off, you're panicking 3 days in advance for this thing. That may not even happen. So now I'm at the door. He comes on and says, the other guy is just finishing. I'm coming on for 2 minutes, and then you're on. Now you're panicking. You're opening up.
Wow.
Counting the change. And like,
Now you must look
did
at
you
your
pay?
notes.
Like, and now you have to get on stage. So that was like this. But I mean, I wouldn't complain about that.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't have to ever pay.
That's so crazy. This is my first time hearing it.
Bro, you pay, like you have to do something to pay it forward. Like you either have to do the door, you have to pay for a ticket, you have to bring people. There's so many things that you have to do. And like when you see like younger guys come in and they're like, oh, I want a spot now. And it's possible for them to get it. Then you're like, this is nice. Because you guys went through a lot worse.
No.
No, it's like us.
No, I think when the competition increases, that's when you get that sort of.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like the performance
I
at
think I was like,
Sunbed.
yeah.
It's like saying we must stand in the line at Sunbed, buy the ticket, and then we perform.
Yeah.
We're being booked, dog. Like
robot.
No, I understand what you're saying. You're saying now that there's an influx of all these people that want to come and try out and whatnot, it makes sense to govern it that way, to go bring 5 people, buy tickets.
Yeah.
If you're really serious about this thing, make a commitment.
show effort and be involved.
Yeah. I think with us, don't forget our comedy industry is small, guys, right? Our comedy industry is tiny. It's bigger now than it was when I started.
Yes.
Right? And when I started, I was probably in the 3rd layer of comedy. It was the Joe Parker, Barry Hilton, what era. Then there was an era that just came underneath them with Bob, John Flismos, Martin Jonas, what. Then it was the era of what David Gao, Ronnie Mudumula, Kagiso Lediga, da. And then I don't know if I include Trevor and Eugene Koza and Dave Kibuka in that era. Then we came. So the comedy industry was still relatively small. So the barrier to entry was, it was tough, Dave Kibuka in his time was a tough gatekeeper. But we didn't have those sanctions of like, you must bring people, you must pay to get in. I think with us, it was about, you had to prove that you were worthy to be on the stage. So I had to have seen you kill somewhere. I needed to see you really doing well, not
And
make
trust you
people
to
laugh.
put on stage. Yeah.
Our barrier to entry to get a spot or to get booked to be paid, you had to be like standing ovation level. So you had to be super good to get a spot. And that's so we never got charged.
It's so interesting when I was in Tanzania now, and there it's almost so foreign to see such a communal.
See what you did there? So foreign. Hey. From a foreigner.
No. I'd love to see you on stage these days. I'd love to see. So where the community is small, I think they probably have 10, 12 stand-ups in English. So they're mostly at every gig. And it's a very like, hey, let me help you with this joke. Let me help you with that. So it's a very strong camaraderie. Whereas here, the industry is a little bit bigger. Then you see the factions grow. And then people say, hey, I'm not going to play that gig. I'm going to play this gig. So there's more politics now. And that just happens when and then I think the next layer is when you have places like New York, where you have to pay to get a spot. Then it almost becomes more toxic to a point the bigger the industry grows.
That's so crazy.
Do you think we headed into something like that?
We're not big enough yet. I don't think, because I even look at as we're so blessed at, like, I would think right now, for me to pitch up in New York right now and do my comedy then, why would I? What happened?
Hey, the robot has fallen.
So, like,
Wait.
It needs a nyaupe boy to...
Are you gonna?
He's got the yellow reflect.
That's why he kicked it. He wants to start directing traffic himself.
like the ones on the road, we are still working.
Do you have the option of it just blinking red?
No.
When the electricity comes back and it's just for 5 minutes. You should think about it.
Yeah, but so you're saying it's small.
So it's like sometimes you see comedians in the States. Are you hiding?
Yeah, just for the extra.
A plug.
For the extra qua.
Ainch. Vafa, you know what I mean? It's how we consume the popcorn. You go to movies, they have all these other flavors.
No.
And you'll think this thing is never ending.
Candy floss flavor.
People are
Original.
putting,
We can't say the name yet.
Not yet.
people are
That's
putting
coming.
the chocolate inside when there's a...
That is the most creepiest thing. And I found out people have been doing that for years.
Putting Astros in their popcorn.
We throw
doing
your whispers in your
Whispers
popcorn.
and Astros.
Astros in your popcorn.
I call it surprise.
Yeah, it's a surprise because it's in the dark.
listen.
Hey, chocolate in your mouth.
Especially when your hands are so rough, you can't feel the texture of whatever you're holding.
So for construction...
So
workers,
little, yes. So it's a complete surprise. You're like, is this an Astro or a popcorn? I don't know. Now I know.
That's interesting.
Yes, dog. So you were saying with our industry, we're too young to sort of be there, right?
Yeah. I think,
But we are at the point where there's camps and there's politics and all these things.
it's competitive enough. And with competition, there's benefits because the standard becomes better.
Yes.
Because now Pops' show is competing with Titi's show. And like, okay, now you need to be better and you need to be
Step up
better.
the game.
So that there's benefits to competition, but then there's also, disbenefits. So I
Which one is this one?
Benefits.
We can't argue with him. He's a UCT engineering graduate.
Cum laude.
So
There's no way.
Sontwana Utama disbeliefs in disbenefitation.
Tsenga le moto, man. Akunama disbenefit. There's no way, dog.
The only disbenefit of a Renault Kwid is that you can wash the whole car with water from a cup.
It's a mispositive. A disbenefit.
So it's a word.
No, it's not.
Wait.
What? No, is it there?
I told you. See, he was Googling. He didn't find anything.
You Googling Titi.
Oh, it is a word. A disadvantage or
Vafa and
loss
I were trying to tell you guys.
resulting from something. An environmental disbenefit is to the area of,
Salt Lake Secondary School. On our bus, they wrote there on the bottom, English medium school.
Yeah.
Because when you hear Salt Lake Secondary, you are not sure.
And they had to reassure you.
That you have a make sure there.
Schools with the
I think when they
surname-
read it, they had a disbelief themselves.
Yes.
Schools with the same name, though, I don't trust them. Sol Plaiki, John Rampetla. Dixon
John
Mphahlele.
I thought Saul Blakey was one name.
No, Saul Blakey.
There's a space in between.
So the surname.
His name is Saul. It's the original Saul.
Super
And
T.
by Pendula. Popcorn and cheese.
Titi,
Which one is this one?
we're gonna give you one more chance.
Can I apply for this job?
Well, you need a visa, a working visa, but it's fine because
If you just
I'll do it for free.
If
unless
you go to Mangope,
the studios move to Mafikeng,
it's no longer with.
we'll reach greater heights.
he's no longer. Oh, rest in peace.
Which one is this one?
What is going on?
Hey, so Mvafisto, wait, so I want to know with your comedy, right? Are you still doing engineering?
No.
Or are you full time?
Full-time.
And when did you make that decision?
I was with him when when boxers stop fighting, they hang their boots. I was with Vafa when he laid his last brick.
Which one is this one?
PCT.
Whose person did you steal?
How shall I say?
Yeah. Oh, that's how he probably met Nandi.
Oh,
Full second.
Which one is this one?
but your story is very like.
Mom,
that
I'm
other-
putting my engineering degree at work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay. So
But your
it's a
story is
effect.
very much like Tabo, the other one. Yeah.
How?
You go to Tanzania, you do shows in hotels and apartments to 8 people at a time.
When did Tabo Besta do that?
Primo was talking about this, right?
Oh yeah. He was doing that at the Houghton Hotel.
Primo Kumar, come on. How is that a trusted source of information?
Actually, yeah. You know,
Guys, Primo said this. He's a key witness in the trial.
And we've never seen Primo there by a court.
No, guys, but you remember Primo described the jacket that was revealed now.
The jersey,
The
the Louis
jersey.
Vuitton jersey. Primo described that Louis Vuitton jersey.
And then like
that
2
he
weeks
wore.
later, they saw a picture of the pastor wearing that jersey.
Yeah.
So that's how we know
believe.
Primo is.
We believe.
He should be a priest.
Primo or Besta?
Both.
Oh, conjure with you guys, anyone can be.
You know what is that? And
People decide in the morning. It's me.
Besta abange. Nothing escaping. It's fine. Nami I was
Kimanga
escaping.
feeling
I found
spirit.
comedy. Ngena.
My escape.
you know how they tour Jesu? Like Morena, like there's
Yeah?
at some of
Vafa?
these. No, wait.
Vafa?
Oh, hear me out.
Whoa.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Vafa won.
Emma Bailey.
How they
Some of
tour?
Yes, some of these churches like Zambia, Malawi, they were like, Jesus has returned. And there's somebody that looks
Like you.
like Jesus. And I've thought about how my look is not so clear. So you could say Jesus, you could say Islam, you could say, so I could be literally Operation.
Tata Zonke. TTZ.
We're gonna plan a tour.
Ne? Yeah, and we're gonna get water in a glass. Gonna put the glass on top of the water, and then you stand on the glass. It looks like you're on the water. Ah, boy, we're making money.
Yo, Titi.
Which one is this one?
Titi is very funny on stage, guys. Buy tickets, go and watch
You
it.
can.
It's walking on water. He didn't
Not
stand
stand
on
on a glass with water.
How are we gonna make Vafa walk on water?
We not. That's why you. That's what you want.
You're gonna make him stand on a glass of water.
No, we're gonna make him stand on a glass on top of water. People won't see the glass, but they'll see the water. Then we say Vafa is walking on water.
But how is he walking if he's standing on a glass?
We move the glass.
Oh my lord!
Which one is this one?
I saw what you did there because my thought process didn't think about the walking part.
We can just make an infinity pool
Yes. You see, there's an engineering
with
genius.
baddies. Just around. Me walking on the infinity pool.
So, dog, when did you decide to hang up your bricks and your degree?
So at the end of 28, I'd started like somewhere late 2017. And then into 2018, I didn't do it for a while. And then I moved to Cape Town mid 2018 for a project. Then I started doing comedy and I was like, I want to get out of this engineering thing. So I went to UCT to my old professor and I was like, I want to study my master's. So I was studying my master's so I could have more time
To do stand up.
to do stand-up. But I was telling my parents that I wanted to do my master's so I could start my own business, and they were like, I don't know what they did, but they were like yes. So they were on full support. Of that.
Go for it. Bonjour. Au revoir.
So I told them that I wanted to study to
start the
to
business.
start my own business and everything. So I wanted to
protected.
further my engineering.
Yeah.
And then to my friends, I was like, no, I want to do I want to study so I can have more time so I could do my stand-up. But in reality, I didn't actually want to be a comedian. That was just it was an escape from my engineering thing, but I wasn't sure I wanted to do that either.
Full time, like that.
But then I was just like, I better figure out in these 3 years that I'm studying and doing the stand-up if I
Basically-
want to do one of these things or if I want to do something because somebody's going to catch me out.
You're stuck
So I was
between a
lying
rock
to-
and a hard place.
I was lying to my friends and lying.
You were?
No.
It was your bricks.
And what was the hard place?
Call him out.
Jail.
Call him out.
Jail, like it's the escape.
So yes.
Which one is this one?
You see, Titi affects all of us.
I think it's this half of the room.
Focus on me, my brother. Yes, Vafaraga.
And then during my studies and COVID, I was like, hey, what profession am I going into over here? Because now people can't come to venues and stuff. So I had a breakdown. And then I think it was 2021 where it clicked and I was like, I want to do stand-up. I still haven't figured out what was the exact turning point. But everything that I was selling to my friends about why I wanted to do stand-up finally made sense.
Yeah.
And then the purpose kicked in and I was like, oh, cool. This is what I want to do.
But even in Cape Town, it took you so long to ever say, well, this is what you want to do. Because you're very analytical when it comes to that stuff. Like Vafa would come to shows and watch. And you're like, bro, don't you want to do a 5 minutes, because you're driving back anyway. Like, nah, I just came to watch.
You know, because the only reason I continued doing it because I told, in Instagram when you choose who you are, comedian. So I chose that. And to my 300 followers, I was like, I can't disappoint them now. I've committed.
I'm a
You have to give
comedian.
them content.
So I would ask people. So because of my commitment, I had to ask people for spots. So I asked people for spots, but I was hoping they say no. And I would even pitch to
Who
gigs.
says no to Jesus?
I would even pitch to gigs hoping that the gig would be cancelled because I hated being on stage. I didn't want to do that.
Scary, bro.
But I just had to do that because I had to show everybody else that I'm committed to doing this thing. And everybody was supportive because they love me. They were like, do this thing. So there was gigs where I was like, no, I don't want to get on stage.
Were you at gigs, the ones where you weren't performing? Do you think you were there as a result of being a student of comedy as well?
No, I was there because of my Instagram. A comedian must go and watch comedy. So I was there. You must be with fellow comedians. And so that shifted when the purpose kicked in, that I was like, okay, now I actually want to do it. So now I will actually go on. And if we had a gig, I was like, I'll ask people, can I have 5? Whereas before I'd be like, yeah, if you want me to be on, then I'll be on. So it was a very weird relationship I had with that. But I got on stage and like there was still a drive to do well at this thing.
Yeah.
But I hated actually being on stage before it clicked in. So it was a weird journey to get into.
What did mom and dad say, bro, when they finally learned the truth?
How are you going to get a wife?
That's what they said.
How will you feed anybody with this thing? Like,
And that's a good question, bro. Like, I
still,
think
even December, they're asking me the same thing. I was like, but
Now,
look at me.
I've been traveling the world.
Traveling the world.
Very proud of you.
Pleasure.
Listen.
They don't speak in an Indian accent.
No, that was Khaled. Very proud of you, my son.
Dala what you must.
Listen, who's going to sell these carpets now?
you
Because in
see,
their minds, they still thought you were saying masters and starting your own business.
Yeah.
But obviously they've seen the success of your online presence, which is something I also want to commend you about, because I think a lot of us stand-up comedians, we just focus on stage. We don't focus on our online presence. So with you, I feel like you being funny online gave us a portal to just how far your humor stretches, and then also to be pleasantly surprised when we see you on stage and you kill, you know? So I'm sure at some point, because your humor spreads across a lot of platforms, I'm sure there was a point where they kind of realized, okay, this Oak is doing this.
So
he's
with-
committed.
My mom, nothing can impress her. Nothing can impress her. She's like,
Sure.
so there's no love over there. I think I need to deal with this trauma, but this is not this.
That's why we are here.
Whereas my
The
dad,
show, it's here for you.
my dad finds everything amusing. So it's just the two sides. It's like
Yin yang.
support and so mom gives that reality check every once in a while. And I think we'll touch on this now about the social media presence and the stand-up. But my first video that sort of went viral was the one about ESCOM, where I'm turning off the electricity.
According to the regions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, 3 o'clock, stage 4. And I'm like, "Kana chiefs idlala nako mang?" And I would play the thing. Now, that video, to my surprise, just went all over the place. And it even got like WhatsApp famous. So it was going into groups and everything. So my mom sent me a screenshot. They knew I was vaguely doing this thing. Ne? So she took a screenshot of this group that she was in. She was in a group of like Indian ladies in Mafikeng.
Is that the name of the
aunties and-
group?
Is it a society?
I don't know.
Society.
It's Kwama.
Bring the Tupperwares. Goes there.
So she was in this group where they do knitting and then they cook food and like community.
So Pops is right.
yeah.
Okay, so
Every
Monyo, hello, how you doing?
so I won't get dragged into this.
This week?
So my mom sends me a screenshot and sends it to me, and somebody posted my ESCOM video on that. I didn't know that was my market, Indian aunties, but I was like, okay. So now I'm on this, and somebody's like, hey, Marina's son. Like that. So and then there's laughing on
Now
this.
your mom's like,
So my mom sends me this thing, is like, look, they're sending your video on my group. I was like, okay.
and then
Like, that could mean so many things.
So
Are you happy?
So with my mom, I always need to ask more questions to understand what is this coming. So I was like, cool, okay. So how was the video? Now she's like, yeah, they thought it was funny. So
they like, what
I'm
about
like,
you?
okay, yeah. And then now she's like, okay. Then I'm like, okay, mom, like, how was it? How was it for you? And she says, Vafa, you were wrong. Now I'm thinking, I was just making a joke.
Switching off electricity.
No, but I was making a joke. You can't be wrong in making a joke. Like,
It's a
Of
joke.
course, I'm not switching off electricity. Of
Yes,
course, it
yes.
doesn't look like that. But it's a joke. How can I be wrong? How can I be wrong in a joke? So she's like, you are wrong. I was like, oh, mama. Like, what? How was I wrong?
How? Yeah.
She was like, like load shedding never switches off at 3 o'clock. And you said 3 o'clock, stage 4. It's either 12, 2, or 4. I was like,
There's no way.
Jesus.
You know what could have made it funnier, my child?
That's the last thing I expected. You are wrong. I'm thinking there's nothing to play with. Load shedding is a serious thing in the country.
So now at this point, I'm like, okay, fine. You know, like I concede, fine.
yeah.
That part was wrong. But what about the rest of the comedic genius that followed? Like, what about that?
The material.
She's like, no, at that point, you had lost all credibility.
Credibility.
And I could not listen to anything further. Like, nothing.
That time this video is booming.
Yay! Like, it's doing numbers. Like, and
Lost him at 10 past 4. The moment she had 10 past 4, she didn't even get to the gaga. She was just like,
Injiao.
credibility is a real word.
so even like she's come to
Which one is this one?
credibility. Google it.
No, I'm saying like dealing, like credibility, dog. That's such a big word for.
For a mother.
No, I'm saying like, what does your mom do that allows her to look at stuff from that filter of
Beautiful
factuality?
question. He's back.
Yes. She's a professional mom.
Right.
Dope answer. That's true.
Yeah, but like she's even been to a couple of my stand-up.
This is the weirdest podcast ever.
In the world.
She's been to a couple of my stand-up and like earlier on. And you know, when you start off as a stand-up, you're not really, I think, yourself. Before, like, you continue.
You're still finding your voice.
Finding your voice. Yeah. So at first, you're just saying things that you anticipate people to find funny. So mostly you're working on stereotypes that could be very far removed from what your reality is because you're not confident enough to tell people who you
Tell
are.
your story.
So I would do that for 5 minutes at the Cape Town Comedy Club. She'd come to that. And then I'm like, Mom, how did it go? And she was like, yeah, they were laughing. I was like, yes, I was there. I saw them laughing.
There
but like,
again.
how was it for you? She was like, Vafa, why are you lying on stage? Like, yeah, I can't. Hey. So it's always been this, but I know it's probably from a loving place.
Yeah.
But she's always
Your mom's like your fact checker.
yeah, no, she's been that come back down to earth now. Yeah, she continually like says when she introduces me to people that don't. Yeah, here's my son. He's got many followers on Instagram, but don't worry, he's just like my son. Like this, like I'm like, how is that an intro? Like he's got many followers, but don't worry. I don't know what they're
But
following him for.
At the end of the day, it's my son.
My son.
I think maybe she doesn't want you to lose yourself. Maybe is that a thing? Maybe she's just.
That's beautiful.
She's just also like they struggle with the idea of you losing
Yourself
those
in the
core
fame and
values.
in the
Yeah.
same- yeah.
No, I don't think it's about the core values. It's
I mean, from
think-
having 12 followers to, the ones you have now.
yes.
Because you're bro, you're
75
famous,
million.
bro.
So I think with them, and I appreciate. So now initially I was just fighting them, like, oh, I want to do this thing, and you guys like you won't understand, you won't get it, and this is my calling, all of that sort of stuff. But now I take their advice because I understand what their perspective is. There were two immigrants coming into this country, and when you're an immigrant, the mentality is you just need to survive. You just need to stay here. You need to do something that is of benefit to other people, which is engineering or being a doctor or whatever else.
Yes.
So for them, it was never in their possibilities to be an entertainer or comedian. Yeah, that wasn't. So there's still a lot of their mindset is like that. So I also get that they don't understand. So my privilege is that they did that hard work to get me settled over here. Now I can be a comedian, I can be an engineer, I can be. So my possibilities are wider.
Broader.
And then hopefully my kids, their possibilities will be even broader. So I understand where they're coming from. And it's like, that's their situation. I can't hate them for it. But I get it completely.
Yeah.
But also that's the reason why I can do what I can do. Is because they had to go through that.
Because you've built the foundation. I mean, they built the foundation.
Yeah, bricks,
See
engineering.
what you
job.
did there. Hey, robot, come on.
And you run one of the biggest, I think one of the biggest shows in the country. Like you have one of the otherwise
Otherwise culture or otherwise comedy night.
Otherwise comedy nights. One of the biggest comedy nights in the country, I'm sure. Where it's always sold out, very, very nice in the restaurant in Cape Town. So when they see that kind of stuff, doesn't that also like ease them, or are they pedantic about the numbers or the success? Or
I think at the end of the day, the only thing they really worry about is just like financial stability.
Yes.
In the long term. So that's what they look at. But yeah, I think just now that you've segued into that for me, like creating some of this stuff, yes, you have to think commercially as well. Like, what am I doing? It has to be sustainable. And a lot of the things that you're also doing, you're doing it for a reason. So especially those nights in Cape Town are so special for me because like it allows people of color in Cape Town to go out and to do to go and watch comedy in occupied spaces. So
Clinical choice of words.
So, like, for me, that brings me so much utility in that sense that I get to create something like this. I get to
Environment
cultivate
like
the
that.
culture. And at the same time, I need to also think about, like, okay, in 2 years' time, this needs to be financially viable. Otherwise, I can't just be throwing, my time and money into this thing. Because I need to, buy a pizza for a lady.
Aish.
Yes, okay.
Fatima.
Extra topic.
Hi, that's not Vafa.
Oh, is it?
Matsidiso.
Matsidiso.
Lirato. Abo Lirato, abo Mbali.
Hey, this is Tsana, man, this guy.
Oh,
Hey, man,
okay.
have you ever been in a
And
fight?
I'm sure the neighbors are always like, hey, Reboni, my friend, out there pizza.
My friend. Now look, it's a screen protector.
Man, robot.
Chili's. Mexican fear.
Which one is this?
Yeah, you see, you'll never get this job.
Hey, Titi.
Damn, Zizi.
I really like
It's from a point of anger.
Talking about anger,
Anger.
and competition.
Have you ever been in a
Been in a
fight?
fight?
Yes. So two fights and
One
I
loss.
think- no losses.
Aight.
Ah,
The
and that's Zangief.
the Prince of Persia. Zorro.
Somehow that reputation of mine later.
Zorro.
I was in a fight in grade 3.
Oh.
In sandals.
So in grade 3. In sandals. I don't get that.
It's okay, my savior. So you said you were in a fight in grade 3 because
So-
someone said, hey, why do you have a beard?
No, no.
Pops. At the time, it was just a mustache. Pops. Actually, I must ask you a question.
Why is that man fighting a 3-year-old?
What age did this beard come out?
7.
And when was the first follicle of hair from this beard?
No, that was at birth. Like,
It came out from birth. The beard.
no, the first follicle. But Gillette Mark 3 was
Aich?
7.
Aich?
Target market.
So yes, you're telling us grade 3.
Does your baby need a multi-purpose shaving?
So your school
Is your
fees,
son getting into fights at school because of his mustache?
your school uniform came with a shaver. Like, high school, dog. Can't get into high school with. Oh, crayon, Leon. You will West. Imagine.
Anyway,
Yes, my dogs.
so grade 3, all my friends were
Edabua, no, ne? Edabua.
Hey, you're like hungry, ne?
No, we just
Because the
ambience.
popcorns are getting it now.
Oh, shame.
Shame,
You don't
Titi
have
doesn't have.
it.
Guys, please just get Titi popcorn now, guys.
No, it's fine.
Now it's
The
jealous
sound-
calling us
there's a
hungry.
problem with the sounds. It will create a problem.
Now
with
it's
the sound.
jealous calling us hungry when it's the show. Popcorn and cheese.
Wow,
What do
did
you
you just give him the seeds?
Guys, where's the cheese? Why don't you have a cheese board here?
It's right behind you.
Exactly.
No, cheese board.
It's a bot.
Hey, Luna La Trailer Soft Life. No, they in Cape Town we have
You have what in Cape Town?
cheese boards.
Aich?
Little chakra hands.
Ah,
Hey.
Come on. I feel your
Hot girl
aura.
summer.
Hot girl
I feel
summer.
your aura. It feels like a felt fire. No, that's my arms. My man. Uri.
Sheb, I was in a fight, ne?
Yes, grade
Go-
three.
all
Grade three.
my friends were, so I think there's 4 Twana guys, 5 Twana guys, including me. So we're all, now we used to play at certain trees. In the trees, we climb the trees. I know how this sounds. So we climbed the trees, and then in our school, there were 2 English classes that they spoke, everything was in English, and there was one that was Afrikaans, where even they taught English in Afrikaans. You know that vibe.
Hulle het geheermos.
Ja. Ek het nie geunderstand.
You verstaan.
So the one break, we got out of class a little bit later. So when we arrived there were 5 Afrikaans guys in our trees. So we're like, Exe, these are our trees. So please go. So now we were like, then they were like, no, we came here first. Then we were like, okay, let's fight.
But all of this is obviously happening in like broken English and Afrikaans.
yeah, dog.
Hey.
Kom ons fight.
Hey.
But not in the
Wie
past tense,
jy
like
ek is
right now.
ek. Ek Vafa.
So now logistically for 5 against 5, it was tough. So they were like, okay, who's your boss? And then
They
who's
put it
our
on
boss?
you.
So now I was the boss of us.
Of course.
And then
He was the boss
then there was Gerard was the boss
of
the other side.
Of the Avebia. That's other side in Afrikaans.
Which one is this one?
Yes, it is.
Basendi RBB.
So now it was
On the other side, Adele song.
so
Yes, please get TC popcorn. At least let him chew.
Yeah.
so Gerard and I now are fighting. But now so I took Gerard, I put him on the ground, and now I was going for the kill. You know, I was getting our trees back.
Yes.
We want our trees back. So then now Abo Gerard, I don't like Abo.
The rest of the gang.
Yes, the 4 other Gerards. They were now saying, no.
Dis nie reg nie.
Isn't he right? What Maggie?
So from the other side, they came in, and now they were trying to get involved because they saw. So they got involved, and then now my boys were like, no. They're not going to allow this to. Then they got involved. Now it became a huge brawl.
A gang fight.
The whole school now came. The teachers came. They broke us up, and then now at end of break we went into classroom, and now we're bleeding out of our hands, scratches, everything. And now they called us. They called me and the 4 guys out of our class, and then I think they spoke to the Afrikaans guys.
Via the intercom.
No. They just said, "Can you guys come outside?" So we came outside, and the teacher told us that, listen, we are not going to tell your parents if you guys agree to keep it a secret and not say anything about it.
How you go back home with a blue eye, bleeding hand?
Mam, what happened?
IPE.
Niks het gebeur vandag met skool, mam. Gaan daai oud gedonder man.
That time, the kids are moved. What do you say to your mother? Tony?
Having nightmares at night. Gerard, los me! Why are you speaking Afrikaans? Ah, nothing. Gerard moet nie.
So all of us slept in the
Vafa
corridor
flashbacks.
that day. So we agreed not to say anything.
Your father has flashbacks of his boss. Jan, Luena. So at night, how nobody you in that house? It's just flashback of Afrikaners the whole night. Jan, Gerard, Jan.
That's so bad, dog. Yo.
But now come to think of it, they didn't want that word because it was our democracy was quite fresh.
That was a
It was
good
like
school.
97, 98. So they were like, we can't. Listen. So they were like, this news couldn't come out because then it would have been like a racial thing.
Yes.
So we, at the time, we were just like, hey, we don't want to get another beating at home. But now we would have opted now, like, okay, tell them.
Okay.
But now it's too late now. So my reputation from that fight took me through until grade 12.
Because you are the guy.
yeah.
I was the boss.
Aich.
And that's why the trees
said-
back.
So then the second one?
The second one, I just slapped this one guy once, and then they were like, hey, the man is capable of much more.
So Vafa, you know, on our show, my guy,
That's hectic.
we always get our guests who come before you to ask you a
Behind
question.
us.
Yeah, behind of you.
Behind of you.
So we've got a question from last week's guest. What would you like to ask our guest for next week? When did you get here?
When did you just get here?
I got here on time. But had I known, I would have arrived 3 hours later.
Which one is this one?
And the Gautrain.
You know when you arrive on time, you know that you're not successful yet.
What's that supposed to
No,
mean?
because the people who are successful, the show starts when they arrive. Like everything starts when they arrive. So you have to be there before the show starts. So you can't come after.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to be successful.
But you are on your way, my dog.
Yes.
You are on your way. You've just come out of an international trip from Tanzania.
And even during lockdown.
Before then,
were
I saw
traveling.
you. I guess if it was Kenya or
This guy was in Europe also.
Europe. Yeah. So you've been touring with your comedy.
Yes.
So where can people catch you? So tell us about your night in Cape Town and tell us if you have any special projects that you're working on.
Things you want to push.
So end of the month in Cape Town, last Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
Some month, last Thursday and last Friday
Yeah.
of the month. In the waterfront, nice venue. Sea Cantina, otherwise comedy nights. You can follow the page, otherwise culture. Really dope nights. Titi's been there. Amazing. And
How was it there?
super.
Is it?
Super.
Super Tsila.
Yes.
So proud of you. Man.
Super Tsitsi.
Thank you.
Amongst my top 5 comedians.
Yes. What's your top 5, by the way?
Pop-pops.
No, don't do this.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The
Also-
first mention of
Just take it. Take
on the
it.
top 5 comedic list.
You don't have to complete the list. Vafa, thank you for joining us today, my brother. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure sharing the seat with an Iranian legend.
And who should you look out for in Cape Town?
What do you mean?
5 new guys that you think.
Yeah, who are some of the hot dudes there?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
guys,
best
and
people,
girls and others.
I was going to... Zonke, but he's not... I thought you were from Klerksdorp. He's from Klerksdorp.
Yeah.
You saw him at the...
Yes, he's amazing. He looks like Laz as well.
Yeah. That's sort of... But there's a... You know, it's also quite... it's really hard to tell because everybody's really at that level where they're still figuring out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's definitely and you don't know who's going to last. You know, you see everybody and then after 6 months, you're not sure. But he's really dope and he was just on the Funny Festival. So he's doing amazing stuff. There's another guy, Tula Sizwe, that I like quite a bit. He's doing well. But yeah, generally Cape Town is a very artsy when it comes to it. So their comedy is slightly different from Joburg, but still I think people need another 6 months, a year before you get to see, you know,
They proper.
how they
Okay.
developing.
So you've got your comedy night in Cape Town. I see you're also doing an international festival soon in Bloom.
In Bloom, and then before that I'm in Kenya.
Why
Which one is this one?
Hey, bro, it's a free state. It's free. Identifies as anything. You understand? It's international.
No, it's an international show because there's guys from overseas coming.
Oh, so that's what you meant.
Yes.
So that's with Chris Mapane and Griff.
Yeah, Graf from America. Yeah.
So that's dope. And then right before that, Kenya. So I'm actually going to spend about 4 weeks in Kenya.
Oh, nice.
So doing shows, but so for me also it fascinates me how little as South Africans we know about
The world.
Africa. So I really like, getting stuck in and doing comedy, but learning about people. I just love that experience. So I'll be in Kenya before that. So if you guys have a passport.
Tsitsi, have you gotten yours yet?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm officially a South African.
Does Lebogo have a home affairs?
No, they have to drive.
No, it's in Polokwane.
Yeah.
Literally. We don't
His
have.
grandfather was the guy who used
Who
to.
named it? Who is the
No, he was the guy who taught everyone
How to drive. Yes,
and walk.
his grandfather ran the driving school.
He ran the driving school.
He ran.
Yeah, he ran the driving school.
And this is how you drive. Just a little faster.
My grandfather died in 2004. I hope you're happy. You're making fun of my ancestor. My driving ancestor, you understand? There's a reason I've never been in an accident. That man, you understand?
He's with you always.
K53, the ancestral kind. What's it?
Quid 53.
Quid 53. Oh, that's why you have a snake in the quid. Talking about snakes.
Robot boy.
So what can we look forward from Black Leopards this season?
We are
Which one is this one?
signing international football players, as you can see. Mohamed Salah.
Salat.
Mohamed Salah is in the building here. Thank you for joining us.
I'll try my best.
Yes. The try is tough.
So much joy. Ladies and gentlemen, cheese boys, cheese girls, and the cheese gang.
Yeah.
We want to thank you so much for being on this journey with us. Today we were sitting with an absolute legend, all the way from Iran, India, then Mabupani, Pretoria,
Maftown
and then
Heights.
Maftown into Cape Town, and now we have the pleasure of having him here in Johannesburg. Ladies and gentlemen, the comedic stylings of the Persian prince himself. Please put your digital hands together for the one and only Vafa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap, obviously Vafa's got his international comedy festival that's happening on the 2nd of June. Where in Bloom?
At the Packoffs Theatre,
At the Packoffs Theatre, Bloemfontein, 2nd of September.
2nd of September.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, man, what an epic night.
Sunbet.
One for the books.
Was amazing.
Sunbet was insane. Aye, guys.
Sold out.
Sold out, dog.
Vana.
Yeah. Come
You
on.
see the crowd.
The crowd, dog.
It's too much. It was too much.
It's Grenjo, Vana.
A white guy offered me Grenjo.
Bro, when I saw Mac crying, that's when I knew, tonight, this
I
is
was like,
the
no,
night.
it's hectic. And
And when he took off all of his clothes on stage.
No,
that's-
he's always barefoot.
no, that's just his
The one time I
toes.
saw him in a hurry, one Crocs was left behind. It was like a punctured tire.
So is this the first episode of Road to 2 million subscribers?
Yes,
This is the
yes.
first-
Road to 1.5.
What? 1.5
to 1.5. Spiwe.
and 70.
Road to 1.5, Ntwana.
We're doing it at Toyando Stadium.
Yes. The record breaking of the largest podcast recorded.
Yo, man. So we just want to send a shout out to all the cheese gang out there, to all the chillers
All
out
the
there. We
chillers.
appreciate your support. Sunbet is one for the books.
sir.
Next time we're going to a stadium, guys.
Standard.
Standard.
Yeah.
We have to.
Standard. 11 and 12, Cape Town. I am out at the Homecoming Theatre. I'm at Homecoming Theatre. Tickets are available at Quicket. Make sure you come for pop-ups and friends at Homecoming Center.
Center.
Yeah, it's a theatre, which is called Homecoming Center.
It's the center of attraction for pop-ups.
Aight.
Which one is
So
this
make
one?
sure you get your tickets. We'll see you out there. Tisi Chumerik da Paperik. Where can the people catch you out there?
Ghostman Boy.
I don't know what's the date today.
It's the 2nd of August.
It's the 2nd of August.
Yeah.
No, I'm around.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, Vafa, my brother, for years in Mafikeng, your friends played with you, Babu Swana Luena, not realizing underneath all that genius and hair,
It's styling gel.
legendary comedy.
Yeah.
Legendary hair. You get it?
Yeah, come on.
And they might have slept on you. But here on Popcorn and Cheese, we have not slept on you. So here's a token of our appreciation.
So I take this home.
Yes. Well, you can have one.
Yeah. This is just to
Why did you
choose
do
a card.
second-hand?
Choose a card.
No, these are the ones for the show. You get yours.
Yeah.
When we say cut.
When we say cut.
Which is what you did to your ponytail this morning. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do they come in satin because my hair?
Satan.
Satanu Kenakai.
it's a
They come in
material.
Satan. Yeah?
It's like for bonnets. Do you guys?
No, here we praise God. Yeah.
Yeah. We are
And
We don't even
We believe in
recognize that
Jesus.
planet.
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, out on trial, still waiting his fate. Kiyo, the one and only.
Dr. Nandi Bakiagorata. Stay
No,
strong.
you're a good man.
After this interview, I will be back.
Cheese boys, cheese girls, cheese,
Cheese
gang. From me, the corn that pops,
And the cheese that's great. We are
Robo
Robo
Pops,
Pops.
and we are just like our friend here.
We are out.
Vaftorego.
Ga tsa haka ona jwale ke le room divided 4 bana ba ka ba go bala fatshe bone kae room divided teng di tletse ka mo rena o itse nna Josias ka re pule a re Josias we ka re pule a re room divided tsena wa dinka ke dinkile di room divided
ya no pulera fetsa mpotsa rae o di tshwere wa bone o reka mabjala o tura bjano se re mixa dilo tsa o se mixe mara foster wa bo kore go hopola re mixa ngilo bona o mixa gin o ikenye le cognac ka mo o kenye le brandy wa bona ka ofela dilo tse ka ofela ka mo hare ka and then re mixe le ka di flavored water o tse go kasida o ka bona o mixa ka flavored water go di mo bjano wa bona.
And we back after the break. Yo, guys. Yazi ngihlele nale out Grootman uPule. Upule yaspenda. Bathi udla le mali ungathi uyidla ngama fork and knife. I'm here with Pule. Pule Grootman Lam, you know you've told us about everything you spend your money on. You've let us know ukuthi under pena we pin the Grootman Lam.
Wayibona.
Ngiyayibona Grootman,
Yeah,
change.
I change the car.
Hey ngiyayibona.
What's again Kale wayibicha?
Bayibiza.
Chameleon. Yeah,
Chameleon.
Chameleon. Yeah.
Okay, ona ngiyayibona
Yeah,
man,
no,
Grootman,
ke
yeah.
chameleon, yeah.
Yeah.
O ka se tsebe ke batho ba ba le di million wa bona. So
But-
wena o ka re wa sokola jubu. Jubilant o ka re wa sokola.
No, man, Grootman Lam, look, it is what it is. You know, this is about the show. This is how we keep it.
Apo
This is
tshwana
the
le
thing.
Aromet. Oh, unbelievable.
Prapule.
Ke mo.
It's all about the
O
season.
ka re o dlalla national team bafana mara ya di reserve. Gape ke dia di joke ba no tshega ke re ba nyaka tšhelete. The perks of life. Ke mpotsa ka go spend.
Hey, snenne pule ke no bona tlhalla bjanong e le khale ke sa mmone a be thile diaparo tsa o shena bo mablolo tsa mablom ne bile ke ipotsa gore maybe o actela mo vango kana ne ntse le motho o rata o actor wa bona.
To be honest with you, Grootman, from one outie to another, you know, I thought let me shed some light because sisters make a color one. She's crying, Prapule. She's crying, and I feel her cries, Prapule. She's worried that you're blowing it. She's worried that you're blowing it. Please, can you watch this this interview with her that I did?
Pule. Ntate wa bana ba ka. Ke kopa hore just calm down. Just a bit. Little just hore bana ba rona they can have a future. You have to stop spending that money. That money, it was a gift from Lehodimo. Now you are just digging a hole to go to hell with Rex, and I just don't understand why.
So, what do you have to say? after
Motho
seeing
o
that?
ram blowing ke tshwere bomb man aka tshwara bomb. Ke spender a ke blowing. Ke spend.
Prapule, to Ifro, you know, she wrote to me. She's like, Jubilant, my guy. Ungathi uzoqeda imali yasendlini. You know, she's worried about ukuthi you might be left with no groceries, you know.
Grocery. O reka grocery. E mona grocery ke reka ka tšhelete ya left pocket fela. Ka mo right nka reka shopela ka moka.
Prapule,
Ke tlo spend.
Prapule, you know, it's not just the wife. Your close friends too. They feel like they don't know who you are anymore. Please, could you watch this?
And pule tshwantse ntho a ke re pule ke motho le reng wa gopola ne le tlhalwanye e thomile di stepana ke nna tla bolo wa bo a loma ke mtsa ya ba raga sa khona wa bo I think yona nkile ya mo affecta mantlhaloganyo e ya hae.
o gopola dimane o lana le physio a rata magabaraba
Yeah, blind, yeah.
jwale o batla magabaraba tournamenteng lefatshe kaofela re le Angola a pala magabaraba le mapotiketse e se ka tswa esa
Yeah, re sa tlhalwanye re bile ba re.
a re tsebe ba re rwaka ba re loile mara pula rata magabaraba nje
Yeah.
re lo
Ha re
hola.
siang gona.
no ne ya hlokahala ribe pula na le mathata As nice. Right on to this man, man.
After hearing what they're saying to you, after hearing them pour their hearts out, I'm gents are worried.
Tla go botsa wa tshwana no tšhelete ya ke tlo fela, but I've got businesses. Ke na le ba re ke multiple forms of ba re multiple streams of income, and ke na le business ya kgemere.
Se ga pele he o na rata kgemere ba rata kgemere a re batsa ke tlo etsang ke tlo qala business ya kgemere ho na le mme o mong he aus Jogobina o na etsa kgemere o na le tswekere diabetes ka sekgo a re Jogobina re pule a re Jogobina re pule a re Jogobina ke batla tsa kgemere selemo sena kaofela ke re di ganna di gupu tsa kgemere e se ka tswekere e se ka Christmas di birthday fela ka la borago a re no sa kgemere a go tseba rata o jala kgemere re inwela tseba re inwele
Tira kgemere every funeral o yang ngwana ke nna ke supplying kgemere business ya ka kgemere ka le lebella ka mola ka ba bitsa le suika o bona
ibla nona jwale ha ke bona kgemere ke bana le flashbacks
yaanong Pule ke bona ra man dilo tsa hae a sa le ka mkhona le khale wa bo o thomile pele ka on roma re ke go bankeng kilo ntsha tšhelete da e ke fitla ta ke ntsha tšhelete I itse go curious bo yang wa bona like ke re e re ke ntshe sleep ke itse ya motlokela yena go yena mara ke re ke ntshe sleep ke lebelle ke balance he ke lebella balance ya ka bona ya ne ke moruta mmetso go sekolo mara nna no morutse ke tse dintšhi bjanong di a ntlhakatlhakanya bjanong gore a ke sa itse gore eng ke eng e thoma ka mo e felela ka ma ke felele.
Spending is a burden no one enka o fa yona tšhelete ya ka o tla e gore it's heavy wa bona nka o fa yona mara ka bona o ka se kgone go handle so nna ke a handle this is my burden somebody has to do this ke lift economy ya kasi o ka mo next door pentile because ke rekile ka kwa wena o rekisha spaza re le magunya for the next 7 years every day sold out ke jalo guinya man
Grootman Pule, we hear you. I'm here with you. I understand the racks are flowing. Imali corner, you're stacked, multiple streams of income. We are swiper left, right, and center. My bank account I5.
Yeah.
Grootman Lam, what advice do you have to anyone out there who's just come into money, who's just come into a chunk of change, you know? What advice do you have as someone who never had money and now you're in the situation where you have money? How would you advise them?
wa bona go tsena ditšheleteng ne go tsena ditšheleteng you know keep your friends close wa bona ke re ke tšiba fana ba ka di-bands ka moka le sangomaka ke mo fa retainer because wa tseba gore batho ba seleka wa bona.
Well, you heard it from Prapule. Keep your friends close, hire them as security guards, and make sure you keep Isangom on retainer.
He bought a Benz for all his friends. Banabaka, we still palamang quantum. We're still here.
In closing, Prapule, what do you have to say to everyone that's concerned about you? They're worried about your spending. Yeah. Do you promise to go to rehab? Do you promise to fix your ways and spend less?
No, ke a bakwa and ke thoma go kwa gore maybe abana spending gets in the way of the relationships tsa ka bona because bana le jealous too much ba mpona ora ke a ba fetša go bona ke nya gore ba ntse mo South Africa gore ke a spenda spendist go dia phulu kwa ga ka hippo gore ke improve safety ya mo kasi.
So the thing hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus, ibile go ibitsa Thomas.
Hi, Sukzwele Grootman Lam. Bafethu, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Kena bambiza upule. Yena ngathi akayizwi kahle le ndaba ukuthi abantu bacabanga ukuthi yaspenda namagundwane bamtholile spenda marathi yena akaspendi athi it's a normal thing manje imali engaka. So keep it locked, keep it tuned. It's your boy Jubilant Thomas Spice, everything nice. We mix it in a bowl and we make sure it's precise. That's your boy. That's it from me. Twede, we out of here. We nice. Shwe.
Mara mkhotsa kae? Wantsosa man. Utlalo kae? Tsohle. Dieza Yen modimo rebaka. Tsohle. Kaloka.
Robo Pops, awubiza ma-cheese girl nama-cheese boy da. We motivate, then we laugh as well. Stay on brand, never hard to sell. Got real chats, nama LOL. So we both got gang and we blessed as hell. Siyadlala story, petting nama guest and nice and moy. You and nama bundles, not of joy. Said it's pop pops and robot boys. Popcorn and cheese, popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Popcorn and cheese. Color world like friends like these. Popcorn and cheese.